Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. We're turning our attention now to Trinidad and Tobago and its secondary schools football league. The Intercol semi-final for the North Zone took place earlier Friday, and our team in Trinidad and Tobago sent us this roundup.
To our SportsMax viewers, I am Siobhan Metive, and joining me now are two of your favorite sports broadcasters. We have James Saunders and Colin Murray. Now today we had a very exciting doubleheader semi-final at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. First off, we saw Queen's Royal College come up against Malik Secondary. Queen's Royal College ultimately being the triumphant team. What are your thoughts on that matchup, gentlemen?
Well, I mean, we said that it would have been a tight affair. Malik scored first and they put QRC under some real pressure, and it was a game of two halves. Malik dominated really the first half. They scored a goal, and then QRC turned it on in the second half. That was the brilliant goal that Malik scored. Absolutely brilliant from distance, and give him credit. He looked up, he saw the keeper off his line, he went for it. That was meant, and Malik went in at halftime with a 1-0 lead. QRC, and I was talking to James at the half, saying that QRC's got to come out in the second half and really fight it. This is another incident where Malik should have gone 2 up. They didn't, and they paid the price for that because, in the second half, QRC turned it on. I thought they played really well. And then, of course, Kwashi, we'll see that his goal in the second half, which was an absolute screamer of a goal. But I think at the end of it, when you look at the game overall, James, I would think that QRC deserved the victory.
Yeah, I agree. And before this match, we spoke about how close we expected this one to be, and it didn't disappoint in that factor. No real goal-mouth scrambles or goal-mouth chances in the first half, but the second half, wow, this game came to life then. And it happened at that moment when Sadiq Mohammed got the equalizer for QRC, and after that, you just felt a wave of confidence flowing to the team, and ultimately, well, this game came down to a bit of brilliance, and you're not going to see much better than what you're going to see in just a bit in secondary school football, because despite the fact that Malik had many chances to put the game away, they didn't do that precisely. And QRC, when they did get that chance later on, it took a brilliant strike to dismantle them. And, well, I think well deserving in the end for Queen's Royal College. Yeah,
but Malik was never out of it. When you looked at it, they had some look at that. They had that chance to put that ball into the back of the net, and they never really did it. But here, this deserved the winner. What a strike from Nathan Kwashi. It came up onto the volley. He smashed it right to the top corner. That could have gone anywhere, but its control was beautiful. His shot was magnificent, and it was worthy of the winning goal.
Yeah, if you ever want to win a game, you want to win it like that. Tell you what, that's going to be on the highlight reels, playing over and over for the rest of the season. And, well, he's got something to talk about at lunchtime, the kids back at QRC.
Definitely. So that was on our first semi-final feature today. That was QRC winning 2-1 against Malik Secondary. Now, switching gears a bit, we're going to go over to our second semi-final feature. We saw Fatima College crushing East Mukarapo Secondary 8-0. Colin, you can't hide the smile.
No, well, I like the word.
He's been smiling even before the match started.
I like the word you use, crushing, because I use walloping. But I tell you what, if that was a real good chance for East Mukarapo, had they taken the lead, it could have been certainly a different game, because Fatima went down and they scored immediately from that chance that Mukarapo had. Not only did they score one, but they had to wait until the 40th minute for Romani to get the second goal. So the game was very close at that point in time, but they then conceded 2 more goals within the space of another 4 minutes to then go in at the half 4-0. And look at this, look at that terrible mistake, and it's now 3-0. And really and truly, you have to say game over at this point in time. But East Mukarapo were well in the game up until the 40th minute, and then this, in added on time of the first half, another defensive, the wall just didn't stand up, and it meant that Fatima went in at 4-0 at halftime, and game over as far as I was concerned at that point in time.
Yeah, 6 minutes really decided that game, and 6 minutes at the end of the first half, from the 40th minute to the 46th minute, that's where this game turned around. After that, though, they wiped their confidence on the floor. And Fatima College, what I love about them is that they never took their foot off the gas. Usually you would see a team in this position coming up against a team like East Mukurapo. Not really bad. They weren't awful. They lacked confidence, but they did create chances. But what Fatima College did, they executed, and they executed well. They did all the right things repeatedly over and over again. And that's what Hudson Barber Charles has been trying to instill in this team. And look at this for a finish. Tell you what, that is the kiss, the touch of a lover, and the stone ruthlessness of Jack the Ripper. That finish, that's my favorite goal of the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
And what a goal it was.
No doubt. The cross was perfection. The thing about it was his touch. He took it on that left foot. He caressed the ball and then didn't panic. He just side-footed it away from the goalkeeper. And then that is goal number 7 from the corner. A really good head. I thought Jaden Williams had a good game as well. Went up for the corner. He scored with the header. And then I think you made the point, James, the icing on the cake, that young man, Christian Bailey, he ran all afternoon. Look at that. He took the ball away from the defenders and he put it away from the keeper. So that, again, was excellent play. I think, Fatima thoroughly deserved their victory. They're a different class.
And I tell you, if I were Hudson Charles, I'd be very pleased, not just the fact that we scored 8 goals ahead of a semi-finals. He was able to rest some key players ahead of the match, but that several goals came from several different areas around the field. That's always good when you've got offensive threats all across the field, and I think that executed just well in that regard.
Now, after Fatima's win today, they qualify to play up against QRC next week in the final. The North Zone final, that is. Can you give a brief preview on what you think that might look like?
Well, they've not met so far this season. I know Colin is quaking just a bit here because the Queen's Royal College, they're coming out for him. Kenman Jones, of course, he has his ideas, but I think Fatima remain favourites. After what we've seen today, they've got goal scoring in every department. They've been very stingy in terms of giving away chances, and I don't see Queen's Royal College really threatening Fatima College. But then again, it's a knockout final. You never know what can happen.
Listen, you never know what can happen. It's a final. These guys, they've been yearning for this opportunity. It's going to depend, in my view, on the tactics of Kenman Jones. What does he do from a QRC perspective to stop this Fatima goal scoring machine? He's got, I won't tell him what he has to do because I think I know what he should do.
Does it involve a bus?
No, but I know what he needs to do, but he's got to look at the tactics. To me, he's got to stop Fatima from playing, and if he does that, who knows what can happen.
As usual, it is a pleasure. Thank you, James. Thank you, Colin. And that's it for us here at the Hasty Crawford Stadium. So you can join us next week for more Intercol action.
Yeah, so we have a final here coming up between Fatima and QRC in the North Zone final of the Intercol in Trinidad and Tobago to schoolboy football. In Jamaica now we're quarter-final action in the urban area Manning Cup. That got underway on Friday with a doubleheader at the Stadium East Field in St. Andrew. Donald Oliver, head commentary for the production team, and he sent us this report.
We had so much anticipation for football action here at the National Stadium East Field, as we saw two teams who have been pretty used to each other over the last few seasons facing off again. It's a repeat, of course, of the 2017 and 2019 Manning Cup finals, and of course both these teams needing maximum points. Well, St. Andrew Technical needing maximum points to top the group, while Jamaica College, they only needed a draw. And St. Andrew Technical, they had so many chances in that first half, as Omar Reed did well there and tried to set up Salmon, and that was a wonderful block by goalkeeper Rascal Rose. And Jamaica College really defending stubbornly, but they were always slight at the back. Again, an opportunity here. Look at this chance of Salmon. He dragged it wide, and he would not have gotten a better opportunity than that. Xavier Davidson, the Jamaica College captain, a bit slack at the back. Salmon trying to be provider, and Reed, we expected better from him. Unable to find the target. Then Livingston, again, wonderful setup for Salmon, and Rose making a fabulous left-handed save there, denying Salmon in the process. Jamaica College had some opportunities in that first half, but it was mostly St. Andrew Technical who had really good opportunities to get ahead in this match. But as far as JC was concerned, they took a hold of their opportunity. It was a big one in the 48th minute, and it was Maquan Aldridge improvising there, getting the better of the goalkeeper and putting it across the line there. and he was getting his 7th goal of the season. Really wonderful stuff, but in the end, Jamaica College coming away with all the points, and with that, they top the group. The other match on today, Wolmer's against Haile Selassie. Wolmer's getting some points on the board with a 3-2 victory over Haile Selassie, and in the end they would finish 3rd in the group. So just to go over the standings of this quarterfinal round group, JC on top with a maximum 9 points from their 3 matches. They finished 3 points ahead of St. Andrew Technical, and of course Wolmer's boys on 3 points, and Haile Selassie making up the foot of the standings. It's a big match on tomorrow. Kingston College against Mona High. That is at 2:30 p.m. The coverage begins at 2:30 p.m. with a pre-game show, 2:30 p.m. Jamaica time, 3:30 p.m. ECT. You don't want to miss that on SportsMax. But it was a really wonderful day of football with Jamaica College and St. Andrew Technical. Both, of course, have already qualified for the semis, but JC topping the group, and they will meet the 2nd place team from the other quarterfinal group. Who knows if it's going to be Kingston College or Mona High. Either way, it's going to be an epic matchup.
Thanks, Donald. The action for the quarterfinals continuing on Saturday. Another doubleheader at the Stadium East Field. Charlie Smith tackling St. George's College, while in the SportsMax live game at 3 o'clock Eastern Caribbean time, 4 o'clock. Defending champions Kingston College up against Mona High, as you heard Donald say just now. Mona undefeated so far. Kingston College, the defending champions, and this is a match that's worth going miles to see, and it will be live on SportsMax.
You know, I tell you, so it's a dress rehearsal because
Yes.
both teams are through to the quarterfinals.
Yes.
Yeah, but Mona will still be going to maintain their unbeaten record, unblemished, no draws, no defeats.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good test at this time of the season. Craig Butler will do it.
And I guess it's bragging rights for now,
For sure.
because bragging rights comes at the end of the season when there's a winner. But for the moment, bragging rights at stake here between Mona and Kingston College. Break time. Back with more on the zone after this.